folks, I'm back. It's me, Mahbub Chowdhury, aka the People's Coach, aka your host and speaker for today. Today I want to talk to you guys about we don't like being told. Point blank, clear cut, simple as that. Especially in today's society where people just don't want to listen. They don't want to understand. Especially when it comes down to being told about themselves, about what to do, about who they are. Things that they can and can't do. Especially when it comes down to advice, life, you name it. We just don't want to listen. Especially if it's been directed at us. We don't like being told by a higher authority, especially if it's those, obviously, who we don't respect. Obviously, who, for example, before I continue, it could be your mother, your father, your brother, your uncle, aunt, I don't know. But there's always someone in our life when as soon as they open their mouth, they either tell us what to do, things that we can and can't do, or how we should go about things. We don't want to listen, but let me tell you something. These people in your life, you need them because they're the ones who are the hardest to get along with, who are the hardest to communicate with. But in this, they're the people who will help you develop the most, because out of this situation, this relationship, they're the type of people who will give you patience. They're the type of people who will open up your mind and help you to become more merciful, more tolerant, more patient. Because sometimes, I'm sure each and every one of us has been told, whether it be by our mothers, that you shouldn't do this, and we've ever rejected the truth, and all of a sudden what they said came to be, it came true. And we thought to ourselves, maybe, you know what, this is what my mother told me, that I shouldn't have done this, maybe I shouldn't have done this. But we don't tell them how sorry we are for not listening, how sorry that we are for making a wrong, because we don't always make the amends. We do the wrong, but we don't make the amends. This is the thing that I'm trying to bring to your attention, people. The people who you find most difficult to get along with, they're the ones you need to have a relationship. Shall I tell you why? Because those are the ones who are bringing your weaknesses to your attention. They're the ones who will bring out the best or the worst in you. But I'm telling you, if you persevere, especially if it's your nearest, dearest loved one that you just don't quite get along with, then it's down to you. I know it's going to be hard. I do know, and it takes a lifetime to develop a relationship. But don't make excuses. Don't delay and make up so many types of excuses, like I just said before, of not doing it, of not following through, of not even trying with that person. One attempt trying, and you say to yourself, that's it, I've had enough. That's just who they are. They don't want to listen. They don't want to understand. Well, let me tell you something. Maybe, just maybe, it could be you that is the problem. Maybe it's down to you to change your approach, your outlook, and your attitude about just your approach, about how you go about things, the process, the procedures with that person. Maybe you're stuck in your ways of thinking. Maybe there's a set pattern of behavior that you do. This is the thing that I'm trying to bring to your attention, people. Life is all about trying. Life is all about hard work. And that hard work is not always nice to do. But at the end, the rewards are endless. And it'll pay dividends in your relationship with that person, because you never know, you just never know when you might need that person who you just don't get along with. Life is so funny, it has its ups and downs, and things can turn around. You just don't know. You can either make things turn around or not. And it's up to you. Not just you, sorry. It has to be a two-way relationship if you want to make that relationship work. Life is all about building relationships. You know what's sad, people? You know what is very, very sad? In this society, there's so much antisocial behavior. And do you know where the antisocial behavior stems from? Within inside the family. That's what I'm talking about, because you could be locked up in your room doing your thing, and the other brother or sister or sibling could be doing the same thing. And the only time that you'll come together or just go downstairs is just to get a little munch and then go back to your room and just get antisocial. Get antisocial. You would rather speak to someone over the net or on the phone than your own family, than trying to get along with your own family. It's strange, because let me tell you something, if you don't do this one day, you will have your own family, and then you will realize, hang on a second, this is not the right way to go. I need to build relationships. I need to figure out and find out how to make a relationship successful. Because if you don't do this, if you don't invest the time, then your relationships will suffer when you get into one with your spouse, with your siblings. Because it will go around in circles. That's the thing I'm trying to bring to your attention, people. I know I've just rambled on and just brought a couple of things to your attention, but this is serious. This is serious talk. Let's not be antisocial. Let's start socializing with our nearest, dearest, loved ones. But I'm telling you, it's not about like, hey, just trying to do an icebreaker and just trying to spark up a conversation, because they just might not want to know. They might not be ready for you. They might even get suspicious and say, hang on a second, what's wrong with him? He usually or she usually don't speak to me. You start off lightly. For instance, I'll throw a few suggestions at you. You start off lightly, a light conversation. For example, can I get you something? Would you like some of this? Or talk about a TV program. I don't know. Find something. At least say something. At least say one word. And then from one word, each and every time that you have that engagement or that interaction, then increase the words and build up sentences, then phrases, then, I don't know, and then conversations. That's the thing I'm trying to bring to your attention, people. That's the thing I'm trying to say. Because when they're gone, then you'll realize what you've lost. And why wait for that moment? Let's build, let's start building. You need to work on your family dynamics first and foremost, because if you don't figure out this, then when you get into a relationship, you will struggle. That's the thing I'm trying to bring to your attention. Take the initiative and make that first move. And keep on making the first move, because let me tell you something. If you really want it, there are going to be some setbacks. There are going to be some rejections. But you have to keep on trying. At least do your bit. At least do your part. That's what I'm talking about, people. And this all ties in to being told what to do. Because sometimes we think that we know best. And it's funny as well, because when they speak and they say something and it comes true, then that's your fault for denying the truth, for rejecting the truth. And the funny thing is, this is what we tend to do. They can say the same thing that your friend may have said to you, and you've chosen to listen to them rather than them. And it could be exactly the same thing, the same message that they said to you. So, whose fault is that then? Why do we favor our friends over our families? Because at one stage, at one point, your friends will abandon you. There will come a stage where you will pour your heart out for your friends, be there, but when it comes down to you needing a favor, would your friends be there for you? Especially a big favor. But your family, on the other hand, your mother or your father, whoever it is that you're close to, they will always be there. Predominantly, it's always the mother that has your back. So people, those are just a few examples I thought I might bring to your attention. The thing is, it's time for us to break down these barriers and listen closely, because that person who we don't like telling us what to do may just save your life. May just make that much of a difference in the level of your success. Let's try and listen. Let's try and understand each other. That's what it's about, people. That's my rant for today. Until then, take care, stay strong, stay focused, and always live to learn to empower and inspire the lives of many as well as yourself. Bye for now.